Hi, welcome back to the Wardenberg Family Farm.
Today we're going to share the 5-year journey we had turning this 42-acre farm into a family homestead farm.
All right, before we start sharing all the stuff we did in the last 5 years, we should tell you how we wound up on a 42-acre farm. We were living in a suburban house with a 1/4-acre lot, and I gardened, and I wanted chickens. So we needed more property. We needed at least 2 or 3 acres, maximum 5.
Wasn't it your dream to have a farm?
No, that was nowhere in our plan, just more room to be able to do some things.
Yeah, 3 to 5 acres would have been perfect,
Yeah.
and an old house.
Yeah, I love old houses. I always loved old houses.
And we looked at a few, didn't we?
Yeah, we did, but it just never felt right.
Yeah.
So we were on a family vacation, and our daughter found this place on Zillow and said, hey, that's big enough, we can all live there.
But we were familiar with this because this is only about 2 miles from our home, and we were cyclists and we had ridden by it many times, and it didn't
impress me. So it was never on my radar, and I had seen the for sale sign. For 2 years it was on the market. But lo and behold, we got back from vacation, made an appointment, came and saw it. The minute I walked in the door, I knew it could be our home.
You could begin to see the possibilities.
I saw the possibilities. So we made an offer and wound up buying a 42-acre farm. Now, we have a video we made the night before settlement. We sat against this barn wall. It was our first YouTube video, and we shared what we were going to do.
And you could see the enthusiasm we had, but we were very naive.
Let's call it clueless enthusiasm. So we're going to show you that clip and show you some other clips of that same video of what we wanted to do, and then we're going to share how it turned out. Hi, welcome to the Wardenberg Family Farm. We are Don and Brenda Wardenberg.
It's a beautiful night on the farm. The sun is setting. There's a lot of anticipation, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
And right now we're sitting with our backs against the stone wall, which is our barn.
Our barn.
It's not really ours yet, though, is it?
Not quite.
No, we settle this week. We're really looking forward to it.
So we bought the farm. Now, as soon as settlement was over, we got back here and we were ready to tear into stuff. Now, we couldn't do anything in the fields because the previous farmer, the previous owner, had corn in the field, and we said he could keep the corn and take it down, and that was
40
his.
of the 42 acres on the property were covered with corn.
So all we could do were things right around the house and the barn. So first thing we did was your job.
Yeah, you couldn't see the house from the road because there were so many trees, and they were cut. They were not cut. So
Yeah,
I got the chainsaw out, and I removed, I don't know how many branches, but it was many loads, trailer loads.
Yeah.
So we started a burn pile at the back of the property with a lot of branches.
But when it was done, you could actually see the house from the road. And I got to work just in doing some landscaping, you know, making some gardens a little different, moving some flowers. I actually brought some flowers from our old house and planted them here. So we just started making it ours and adding some charm. Okay, so we wanted to add charm. So for the farmhouse, we knew we wanted to start here in the front and do some things because there was just a tiny little sidewalk running along the front of the farmhouse and went up on the side of the porch, which was weird to me. I wanted to come onto the front of the porch. Plus, the porch had no railing.
It was a big, beautiful porch, had a lot of possibilities, but it really needed to be warmed up. First thing I did was add a railing the whole way around on all 3 sides, and that helped a great deal.
Oh, that front porch now is one of our favorite parts of the whole house. It's just wonderful to sit out there at night.
I also added a walkway, and this is a long cobblestone walkway that takes, instead of entering on the side, it goes all the way around to the front. Then I had to pour some concrete steps so we had a proper front entrance to the porch on the farmhouse.
I mean, it feels much more charming to walk in on a nice wide cobblestone walkway with flowers on the side and to go up onto the front porch. So it really did charm up the front of the house.
And we're not going off the grid. We're having solar energy here, and we drive an electric car, but we want to sell energy back to the grid. So
In that clip, we mentioned we wanted to have solar. And the first part of that was to build a solar pavilion. Our son Alex designed the entire thing, and we started buying all the materials, but we couldn't do anything until the farmer took down his corn, because this was all part of the cornfield right here.
My two sons and son-in-law, the four of us, basically built the pavilion. Soon as the corn came down, we got the tractor and we dug 8 holes for our 8x8 posts. We're going to support the whole pavilion. The pavilion eventually had 44 solar panels, and they were bifacial panels that faced east and west, and it gave a beautiful appearance, as you can see, with 2 faces and gables on either end. So it's a very attractive building. So 5 years later now, we've had a phase 2, and we now have 33,000 watts, or 33 kilowatts, and last year we generated almost 40 megawatt hours of power, which paid for everything on the farm, including our electric vehicles and our heat, everything. And even after that, we had leftover credits to sell back to the energy company.
So that makes us net producers? We're called net producers.
Yes.
But it's pretty cool.
So it was a lot of work, and we had a timeline because we wanted to get the solar finished before the end of the year so I could get the tax credit that year.
And couldn't start till like the middle of November. That's when he took the corn down. So they worked hard, fast, at nighttime with the headlights of the cars. They worked to get her done.
You worked hard too. You even painted all of the trusses that went in there.
That was my part.
And we didn't really have the proper cranes or equipment to put up these trusses, so we used the tractor with platform the best we could, and it worked out okay.
Some farmer engineering. But it did, it worked out. I mean, and it's beautiful, and we use that thing constantly for picnics, for all kinds of stuff, and now it's just nice to sit under there with a fire pit. So it's been wonderful.
And the good news is that 5 years later, it's paid for itself, and now all of it's net profit. In fact, it's one of the most profitable things we do on the farm, isn't it?
And it's getting plenty of solar today because the sun's out like crazy. So here we sit enjoying our wonderful solar pavilion. But now building it was hard. But then came the whole point of running all the electrical lines. Our son Alex had to work on running the lines to the inverters, putting the inverters in, running it to the house, all that stuff.
We also took the opportunity to upgrade the electrical service to the whole farm. So we had all overhead lines before. So we took down 3 utility poles. We put all the lines underground and upgraded to a 400 amp service. We also connected in an emergency generator connection. So our tractor runs with its PTO a large 15,000 watt generator in the event that the power goes out for a few days in the community.
So it'll run the whole house.
Yeah.
Which with all our freezers, that's a good thing. And the last few years, we have really wanted to get onto a property with more ground so we could do some things that we couldn't do on a typical suburban lot.
Does that mean we're homesteaders? Is that how you see it?
I don't know what you're going to call us, but I know I want to have chickens. I know I want to grow lots of vegetables, fruit, and a berry patch, so we will be growing a lot of our own food. So we wanted to grow all of our own food. We knew we needed a garden. Sounds simple, right? Not
You're
so
the
simple.
master gardener.
But we were starting from scratch. Remember, everything was a cornfield. The farmer had just taken down the corn, so we had these blank fields full of corn fodder.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily we have a tractor and a guy that runs the tractor. We started clearing out some of the corn fodder, getting some nice organic material, and we had to plan out and lay out the whole garden, where the beds were, where the pathways were, where the fruit trees were going to be. It was a lot of planning and then just hard work to get everything established.
And we needed fences.
Yep, we had to figure out the fencing we wanted to use. And irrigation, we had to get little drip lines down to do the irrigation. It was a long process, but we got it done, and we had a really nice, well, we have a really nice market garden.
We were pretty naive going into it. We thought we could water it. and we didn't know really what drip irrigation was or how to do it.
But we learned. Well, we knew we wanted berries, so we put in all the bramble bushes, and we had to put up trellises and stuff to hold them up. And then we had to plant all the fruit trees. So it took a while, but we got it established.
Fortunately, we're in an area where fruit trees are grown here in the next county over, and we were able to go to a nursery and got all bare root trees. They got us all set up with the right trees.
Yeah, they helped us figure out what you needed to cross-pollinate each other, and they helped us lay out the orchard. And now we're getting lots of fruit.
Well, the first year we had the garden established, we realized that we should probably have a tunnel. There's certain advantages in growing vegetables in a tunnel, particularly with tomatoes.
Peppers, cucumbers. Some things just do better in a tunnel if you can control the water.
And it extends the growing season both on the early side and the end. And it also allows you to grow some vegetables over the winter.
Yeah, we definitely will have some over the winter.
Yeah.
Now, we had to do the same thing. We had paid somebody to build the tunnel, but then we had to create the beds, the pathways, and get it all ready to plant. So that was like the garden all over again, just not on quite as big of a scale.
Now, we are a USDA farm, and has been for many years, and they were able to assist us in the planning and assist with a small grant to help purchase this tunnel.
Because we were new farmers. So we had the garden and the tunnel all set up. We were irrigating all of it. We realized we had a problem.
Yes, it was all dependent on the house well. And in the middle of the season, the well ran dry. We had a problem.
So it was time to put in an agricultural well.
Yeah. So we had this well drilled 800 feet. In order to get the flow we needed at least 25 gallons a minute to be able to support all of the zones that we have. So we had 700 feet of underground line going around the property, and we have 7 of these frost-free hydrants, which can provide water all year round.
So if I do have stuff growing in the tunnel in the winter, I can still water it.
They're terrific because you can turn it off, and then it has a drain down below, so the water drains down and goes below the frost line. So it's great having water out here all year long.
So I wanted chickens. We got chickens. Started off with these beautiful little baby chicks, but they grow.
And they need somewhere to live.
So we watched a bunch of YouTube videos about chicken houses, looked at them. He designed one, and he and my son did most of the building before COVID hit, and then COVID hit, and he and I had to finish it.
Yeah.
But it turned out to be a wonderful, perfect chicken coop for our chickens.
Some of it was by accident. We designed it initially with one field beside it,
One
fenced
enclosed
in.
yard.
And then we realized when we had additional chicks that we needed a second enclosed yard and a second door to the coop.
Yeah, because that's a really good way to introduce new chicks to an existing flock. We could actually split the enclosed run in half. The young ones had one yard, old ones had another yard until they got used to each other, and then I could put them together. So I mean, we've learned all that by trial and error, and making some mistakes, but
some of it just good dumb luck.
yeah, a lot of it has been good dumb luck. Now, we've done a couple of things that we could not have envisioned that night sitting along the wall of our barn. And one of those is getting bees.
Yeah, I have a good friend that is a beekeeper, and he mentored us. We had a rough go of it the first few years, but now we're up to 8 hives, and we were just in them the other day, and they're flourishing.
They're all really healthy.
They're just starting to get ready for winter.
But we're enjoying the honey. And that was something else we had learned to do, is how to harvest the honey.
And it's been a big boost to the farm stand.
Yeah,
with the
we
honey
sell a lot of honey.
Yeah.
Which, if all 8 hives produce honey next year, we're going to have to sell a lot of honey. So, and another thing, the corn crib patio, we call it. We had a beat up old corn crib when we bought the farm. And I think we knew something was going to have to happen to it.
Well,
but
you
we
had
didn't
a
have
lot of vision for
well,
that, didn't you?
Saw a bunch of things on Pinterest about patios and stuff, but it was in such bad shape we couldn't really use the existing corn crib. So we just we tore it down, repurposed everything in different places, and then poured a new pad, and that's now the corn crib patio. But that really worked out nice.
Yeah, and then the big walkway that goes from the back of the house all the way to her chicken coop.
Well, because I had a path. I'd go to the chicken coop so many times during the day. I had a path wearing the grass, so he just went ahead and put stones and made it a
Well,
real
she was
path.
going a direct route, so wearing a path into the road. So I put in a little bit of a curve with some big stones
Has a
to
little
make it
artistic
interesting.
flair to it. But it does work, so
Yeah.
that's nice.
We also did some work on the barn, replaced barn floors, a lot of painting, had the roof painted, so just maintenance items.
Put the rails along the back, that ramp that goes down.
Oh,
You put
that's
rails
true.
just mainly to keep the grandkids from rolling off the hill. But they look really nice too.
Yeah, and we poured a new pad out front where
Yep.
you go up the ramp and enter into the barn. So,
Just all kinds of odds and ends like that.
yeah.
But
Well, and then also for the cattle, I had to repair the electrical fencing
oh, yeah.
all around the property, and it's in pretty good shape now. So what else? Is that it?
That's all I can think of right now, and that's enough to make me tired. But it's been fun.
So that brings up the question, are we farmers? So why did we buy a farm? We're not farmers.
No, we're not, but we're going to be. Well, I don't know if we're considered farmers, but we're a heck of a lot closer to that than we were 5 years ago.
We make our own hay now.
Yeah, we had to learn how to make hay. I love that. That's
We
fun.
have a barn, we have cattle and chickens. We sell beef quarters.
That's true. We have a lot of farming aspects.
But do I consider myself a farmer? I'd have to say no, because I do not have a seed drill or a harvester or a tractor trailer to haul the harvest to the market. So we pay a local farmer that's only about a mile from here, and he does our row crops the same time he does his.
I think we're kind of farmers.
We have learned a lot, though, about farming in 5 years.
We've had to.
And we are a USDA farm.
Well, looking back over the last 5 years and everything we've done makes me tired.
It has been a lot.
Yeah, we look back and we think, how did we get that done?
Yeah. So we're very comfortable here now. All the major projects are done. We just have some minor
Yeah.
projects
There's
going
always going to be
forward.
some projects on a farm.
Yeah. Now I felt bad in the last 5 years, all the big projects, I'd be focused on the project work, and then I'm not able to help you in the day-to-day with the market garden and all the activities.
So, but hopefully if the big projects are done, he'll be able to help me more.
Yeah.
But we both, what's our goal for the next 5 years?
The goal for the next 5 years, I think, is just family life on the farm, and for she and I to learn how to relax more and enjoy all that we have here. We really are blessed
We are.
here, and we need to rest in it and take it in.
It's hard though, because we're both energetic and driven and we want to get things done. So it's a hard balance for us, but we're going to try to learn that.
Yeah.
So we've made it public now. We're going to try this. So you'll have to tell us if it looks like we're doing that in the next year or two.
Well, that might mean we don't do a video every week.
Yeah, it might. I don't know. We've got to figure out how to have a balance in life.
Yeah. And if you have any ideas on that, let us know, because this is a difficult area for us.
Well, in fact, I think for a lot of homesteaders, how to do everything and not feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
How to keep up with stuff, but yet not let it, completely overrun your life.
No, and to be completely honest, this time of year of all the harvest and then the weed going, and we've been working very hard all summer, farmers are tired in August and September. And you're tired.
Yeah, I'm starting to dream about snowstorms already.
Yeah.
Being stuck in the house, not being able to do anything. So, yeah, I must be tired.
Yeah.
If I'm looking forward to snow, I must be tired. So, well, thanks for watching us as we went back over the last 5 years and remembered everything we've done. So we will see you in our next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.